Harmonics can affect the operation of the generator controller. Harmonics are distortions in the sinusoidal waveform of the electrical current. These distortions can cause inaccurate readings and interference with the controller's operation. If the generator produces significant harmonics, it can lead to false trips or other issues with the control system. Regarding the capacity of the generators, based on the provided information, the total output of the two generators is approximately 2270 kilowatts, which exceeds the 600 kilowatts required to start the motor. Therefore, the generator capacity appears sufficient for the starting current requirement. A neutral grounding resistor, or NGR, is typically installed at the transformer secondary and medium voltage systems to limit ground fault currents. If the transformer is delta Y connected, an NGR might not be necessary unless there are specific requirements for the system dictated by local electrical codes, insurance requirements, or specific grounding practices. It's crucial to consult with an electrical engineer to determine if an NGR is required based on the specific system configuration and grounding practices in place. Consider these additional points. Firstly, inrush current. The starting current of a motor can be several times higher than its rated current. This high inrush can stress the generators and the paralleling system. It is important to ensure that the generators and the synchronizer are adequately rated for the expected inrush current. Secondly, voltage drop. When a motor starts, it can cause a significant voltage drop within the electrical system. It is important to verify that the generators and the transformer are sized appropriately to handle this voltage drop without causing the circuit breakers to trip. Thirdly, motor protection. Appropriate motor protection devices, such as overload relays and short circuit protection, must be in place to prevent damage to the motor itself. Finally, generator synchronization is also vital. The generators must be properly synchronized before being paralleled. Ensure that the synchronizer is functioning correctly and that the generators are running at the same frequency and voltage. When troubleshooting the generator tripping issue, consider these steps. Firstly, measure the harmonic content in the generator output. Use a power quality analyzer to measure the total harmonic distortion, or THD, of the voltage and current waveforms. If the THD exceeds acceptable limits, consider installing harmonic filters to reduce the harmonic content. Secondly, verify the generator and synchronizer ratings. Check the nameplate ratings of the generators and the synchronizer to ensure they can handle the expected inrush current and voltage drop during motor starting. Consult the manufacturer's specifications for the allowable overload capacity and voltage regulation capabilities. Thirdly, analyze the voltage drop during motor starting. Use a data logger or a transient recorder to capture the voltage waveform during motor starting. Analyze the voltage drop and compare it to the generator and transformer voltage regulation capabilities. If the voltage drop exceeds acceptable limits, consider increasing the generator or transformer size, or using a reduced voltage starting method. Fourthly, check the motor protection settings. Verify that the overload relays and short circuit protection devices are properly set to protect the motor without nuisance tripping during starting. Consult the motor manufacturer's recommendations for the appropriate protection settings. Fifthly, inspect the generator synchronization system. Check the synchronizer settings and verify that the generators are properly synchronized before paralleling. Use a synchroscope or a phase angle meter to confirm that the generators are running at the same frequency and voltage, and that the phase angle difference is within acceptable limits. If the generators are not properly synchronized, adjust the synchronizer settings or troubleshoot the synchronization system. Sixthly, consider a reduced voltage starting method. If the inrush current and voltage drop are excessive, consider using a reduced voltage starting method, such as a soft starter or an auto transformer starter. These methods reduce the starting current and voltage drop, which can help prevent generator tripping. Seventhly, check the grounding system. Verify that the grounding system is properly installed and that all grounding connections are tight and corrosion-free. A faulty grounding system can cause ground fault currents to flow, which can trip the circuit breakers. Eighthly, consult with an electrical engineer. If you are unable to resolve the tripping issue, consult with a qualified electrical engineer who has experience with generator paralleling and motor starting. They can perform a detailed system analysis and recommend appropriate solutions. To delve deeper into generator and motor starting issues, consider these points. Firstly, understanding generator protection. Generators are equipped with various protection devices to prevent damage from faults or abnormal operating conditions. These devices include overcurrent relays, overvoltage relays, undervoltage relays, and differential relays. It is important to understand the function of each protection device and to ensure that they are properly set to protect the generator without nuisance tripping. Secondly, analyzing motor starting methods. Motors can be started using various methods, including direct online starting, reduced voltage starting, and soft starting. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages in terms of starting current, voltage drop, and cost. It is important to select the appropriate starting method based on the motor size, system capacity, and application requirements. Thirdly, evaluating harmonic mitigation techniques. Harmonics can be mitigated using various techniques, including harmonic filters, line reactors, and isolation transformers. Harmonic filters are the most effective method for reducing harmonic content, but they can be expensive and require careful design and tuning. Line reactors and isolation transformers can also reduce harmonics, but they are less effective than harmonic filters. Fourthly, examining grounding system design. The grounding system is an essential part of the electrical system. It provides a path for fault currents to flow back to the source, which allows the protection devices to trip and isolate the fault. The grounding system must be properly designed and installed to ensure that it can safely handle the maximum fault current. Fifthly, reviewing relevant standards and codes. Generator paralleling and motor starting are subject to various standards and codes, such as the National Electrical Code, or NEC, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEE, standards, and International Electrotechnical Commission, or IEC, standards. It is important to be familiar with these standards and codes and to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable requirements. When analyzing the specific scenario, focus on these aspects. 1145 kilowatts generators at 480 volts, when paralleled, provide a substantial power source, but the motor's starting characteristics are critical. The 2890 amp starting current is a significant load. The 4160 volt soft starter suggests an attempt to mitigate the inrush current. The fact that the circuit breakers trip without any fault display in the generator controller is a key symptom. The disabling of the instantaneous trip and the recurrence of the tripping issue points to a problem beyond a simple overcurrent situation. The EGCP2 synchronizer from Woodward is a sophisticated device, suggesting that synchronization itself is likely not the issue, but its settings and interactions with the load need to be investigated. Harmonics generated by the motor starting could indeed be affecting the generator controller. Motors, especially during startup, can inject significant harmonics into the system. These harmonics can interfere with the voltage regulation and control functions of the generator controller, leading to instability in tripping. Even though the total generator capacity seems sufficient, the transient voltage dip during motor starting could be excessive. Generators have a subtransient and transient reactance that affect their ability to respond to sudden load changes. The 5 megavolt amps transformer delta Y connection provides a grounded neutral on the secondary side, which is typical for motor drives. An NGR is usually not required in this configuration unless there are specific reasons related to fault current limitation or system protection coordination. Given the symptoms, consider these troubleshooting steps in detail. Firstly, power quality analysis. Use a power quality analyzer to measure the voltage and current harmonics at the generator output, the transformer primary, and the motor terminals during starting. Look for excessive total harmonic distortion, or THD, and individual harmonic components. Secondly, transient voltage recording. Use a high-speed transient recorder to capture the voltage waveform at the generator terminals, the transformer primary, and the motor terminals during starting. Analyze the voltage dip magnitude and duration. Compare this to the generator's voltage regulation specifications. Thirdly, generator controller settings. Review the settings of the Woodward EGCP2 generator controller. Pay close attention to the voltage regulation parameters, the reactive power sharing settings, and the underfrequency and overfrequency protection settings. Ensure that these settings are appropriate for the motor starting application. Fourthly, soft starter settings. Check the settings of the 4160 volt soft starter. Verify that the starting voltage, the acceleration time, and the current limit are properly configured. An improperly configured soft starter can exacerbate the voltage dip and harmonic issues. Fifthly, impedance analysis. Calculate the impedance of the generators, the transformer, and the motor cables. This will help determine the voltage drop and fault current levels during motor starting. Use this information to verify that the protection devices are properly coordinated. Sixthly, grounding system inspection. Inspect the grounding system for any loose connections, corrosion, or damage. Verify that the grounding conductors are properly sized and that the grounding impedance is within acceptable limits. Seventhly, generator excitation system. Check the generator excitation system. Ensure that it is functioning properly and that it can provide sufficient reactive power support during motor starting. A weak excitation system can contribute to voltage instability and tripping. Eighthly, load sharing configuration. Verify the load sharing settings between the two generators. An imbalance in the load sharing can cause one generator to be overloaded during motor starting, leading to tripping. Ninthly, circuit breaker coordination. Review the coordination of the generator circuit breakers. Ensure that the circuit breakers are properly sized and that their trip settings are coordinated with the other protection devices in the system. Tenthly, neutral grounding resistor or NGR evaluation. Although an NGR is not typically required for a delta Y transformer, consider whether adding one would improve the system's fault current protection. This would depend on the specific grounding philosophy and fault current coordination requirements. Consider these advanced troubleshooting steps. Firstly, modeling the system. Use power system simulation software to model the entire system, including the generators, transformer, motor, and protection devices. Simulate the motor starting event and analyze the voltage drop, current flow, and harmonic distortion. This can help identify potential problems and optimize the system design and settings. Secondly, performing a bump test. Perform a bump test on the motor by applying a small voltage to the motor terminals and observing the current and voltage waveforms. This can help identify any mechanical or electrical problems with the motor. Thirdly, using a dynamic load bank. Use a dynamic load bank to simulate the motor starting load and test the generator's response. This can help verify that the generators can handle the transient load and that the voltage regulation system is functioning properly. Fourthly, conducting a harmonic resonance study. Conduct a harmonic resonance study to determine if there are any harmonic frequencies that could be amplified by the system impedance. This can help identify potential harmonic resonance problems and develop appropriate mitigation strategies. Fifthly, engaging a power systems expert. If you are unable to resolve the tripping issue, engage a power systems expert who has experience with generator paralleling, motor starting, and power quality. They can perform a comprehensive system analysis and recommend appropriate solutions. In summary, the generator tripping issue when starting the 600 kilowatts motor is likely due to a combination of factors, including harmonics, voltage drop, and protection coordination. A thorough investigation of the system, including power quality measurements, transient voltage recording, and protection device settings, is necessary to identify the root cause of the problem and implement appropriate solutions. Consider reduced voltage starting to mitigate inrush issues and voltage dips. The presence of harmonics can interfere with the generator controller's operation, potentially leading to false trips or control system issues. Even with sufficient generator capacity, the high starting current can cause a significant voltage drop, potentially tripping circuit breakers if the system is not properly sized and configured. An NGR might not be necessary with a delta-Y transformer connection, but should be evaluated based on system-specific grounding requirements and practices.